palm trees. Hello, folks. How are you doing? Oh, that's a bit bright, isn't it? It's a bit bright because I'm doing some painting, so I've moved my lights around. Right, everyone start chatting so my chat fills up and I don't look like a lonely man, because I know you're watching. Happy Sunday, guys. It is 9 o'clock UK time, which means it's time for the Sunday Nighter. Hey, should have said that first, shouldn't I? Right, brew. That is quite bright, isn't it? And I've got, there you go. That's a little bit better. I'm a little bit more human now. Just a tad. Oh, I see, the gang is gathering. Hey up, Cat. Tam. Bryn. Loads of people. Chosen Man. No, I wasn't at the Warlord Open Day. Family stuff going on. Family always has to come first, guys. Anyway, all good. But, you know what it's like. Are you watching, Dad? I'm waiting for the yes, I am, son. So, what have I been up to? Well, Mel's been a busy bee this week. The High Peak Pass is coming on. And if you're a patron, the latest episode is up and on Patreon for you now. If you're not a patron, that'll be coming out on YouTube on Tuesday at 7:30. So, keep your eyes out for Tuesday for that one. In the meantime, hey up, Jace. In the meantime, I am working tonight on something. That doesn't sound too right, does it? I'm working on a lack of sleep, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm working on these. Oh, I've got to say, just as a side note, it looks really good on my screen. Looks better than it does in real life. Or the VIP colours. I wonder if that's my colour balance on the screen. But yeah, I'm working on these. Yeah, specifically palm trees. So why am I working on palm trees tonight? Well, I'm getting cracked on with my Burma build. Yeah, and I've started to make sort of a bit of a decision that I want to keep terrain going. I want a few projects on the go. Yeah, so we've got another project that's starting, another 2x2. But it won't be starting for another week. Now, the reason being is that I have a week, yeah, to basically finish off where we are with the come on, Boasticle, where we are with High Peak Pass. Now, if you haven't seen High Peak Pass, it's on my Facebook page. Let's see if I can copy a link. I can do it before Jace can. It won't let me paste it. It's a race. They are. If you click the Facebook link, yeah, you can go and see High Peak Pass. It's a couple of posts down. But I've got it basically to the built stage. Now I need to paint it up, do all the weathering, and then add all the snow details and that sort of stuff. But I've only got till Friday to do that. Now, this isn't because I've got a deadline for foreground or anyone like that. It's because Saturday and Sunday are open studio days at my studio, which means that the public come into the studios. We open up our studios, and if you're in the area and you'd like to come visit the studio, you're very welcome. Yeah, it's at Spodeworks in Stoke-on-Trent. Yeah, but there's also an exhibition that's normally put on by the artists. Now, every time they put on an exhibition, I've never got anything I can put forward. Yeah, because it's normally, I'm either halfway through a big commission or it's left. Yeah, and so I'm actually hoping to finish High Peak Pass and actually display it. So, fingers crossed. The palm trees really help sell the look. They do, mate, they do. The new vid is great. If you haven't, alright, okay, Jace is already on it. Hi, Mod for a minute. Hello, dude. As all patrons watch the new episode. No, all patrons will be sitting back thinking, yeah, there's my sort of half an hour before bed sorted. Patrons, the reason it's on Patreon first for those guys of you who aren't patrons, just to let you know, all the videos I do go out on YouTube. Yeah, patrons just get early access to them as a sort of a reward for supporting the channel. Yeah, links down below in the description, by the way. So anyway, I have a big tub of paints. Okay, in fact, let's change view on this. There we go. So I've got a big tub of paints there. Yeah, that autofocus is going to end up doing my head in, but we'll see how we go. Yeah, they're all browns, yellows, and greens. But I've decided for this bit what I've got to do, and what I've got to do is, yeah, palm trees, or specifically palm tree trunks. Now, I will be answering questions as we go, and we will be doing that sort of stuff. So if you do have any questions, there's a link to the Google Doc down below. I'll do a quick check, see how many we've got so far. We normally start them about 15 minutes in. I've got 3 questions so far. Yeah, Gary, Galakt, and Gerard, I think. You know me and names. So, 'tis time to dry brush, as we say. Yeah, and what I'm going to do is I'm very much going to basically do the same as that we've done on these. Yeah, which basically means if you look at the actual palm tree here, yeah, all I'm basically doing is lightening it sort of the mid-third and sort of into the top third. Yeah, but keeping it relatively dark at the bottom. Now, I need to check how the paint on these right now is, what's it called? It's Monster Brown from Army Painter. Yeah, which is that colour. Yeah, now I've got this colour as well. And it's slightly darker by the looks of it, but I am mixing in silver, so hopefully we'll be alright. Seems to be looking for a recording for a while. Odin, definitely not a recording, mate. Your comments just come up. Not just that, check it. For lag, what you can do is check the comments. Have a look at the comments on your screen, then have a look at the comments on my video. Yeah, and that should give you a decent idea of what the lag's like. That's what I normally do anyway. Oh, Jace is after it again. I figured out an entire budget for setting myself up and then with all the cameras and everything. Then our Jace comes along and he's like, yeah, but there's this. And it takes out the entire budget just for a laptop. It's a beast of a laptop. Right. You got mine right. Nice one, Gerard. And right, so what I'm doing is I've got a little bit of, let me move that one so you can actually see a bit better. There's blue tack on the bottom of these, and everywhere I put them it gets stuck down. Right, so move those out of the way. Keep that there as a reference. Oh, paint on my hand already. And so my mission is, I've got a little bit of brown here. I'm going to add in a little bit of silver. Okay, or a very light grey. So, yeah, or if I take it up to that camera. And the idea is, I only want to lighten it up, probably about 3 parts brown and what you call it, 1 part silver. So I want it reasonably dark, but I need it slightly lighter than the, what you call it, the Army Painter tone. Now I know that paint, when it dries, yeah, dries darker. Yeah, so I have to factor that in for getting the tone right. So it has to be significantly lighter than what I'm putting down, because it's going to dry darker, if that makes sense. Right. Yeah, next off I need... Oh, calm down, Ant. Yeah, next off, bit of, what you call it, cardboard. Cardboard's great when you're dry brushing. The reason being is it literally sucks the moisture out of the paint. So, you can get a little bit of paint on. Yeah, give it a bit of a brush around. The first one is always a bit dodgy when you're dry brushing. Yeah, it's because everything's got to soak in. Now that's the same as the sort of the moisture soaking into the bristles and then the paint sort of clogging it in so it gets the right sort of feel. Trust me. I know it sounds strange, but it is right. Yeah, it's quite light. We should be okay with that. And that's going down quite smooth and heavy. Yeah. Which you would expect it because it's still pretty wet. Yeah, it's only in a minute that it starts to actually dry brush, which is why I'm going over the biggest first. Yeah, because they need the largest and the sort of smoothest coating over all of them. Really? They're not those. I'm pretty sure that's not what you do with those anyway. Right. I'm probably going to need to mix some more paint because I've drastically underestimated how much I'd probably need for this job. So, I've been a busy bee with High Peak Pass. Obviously playing with the new foam cutter. That's going to come in very handy with a future project coming up soon. And also working on my Burma build. Now there's a load of other things that I need to get stuck back into, but I need to get High Peak Pass finished for this exhibition. So what have you guys been working on this week? I mean, some of the posts in the Terrainiacs group have been excellent. I mean, really, you know, outstanding this week. Someone did a version of my High Peak Pass, but it was their first build, and it was beautiful. Sort of a stone gatehouse, if you know what I mean, but it got these sort of wooden, sort of palisade, wooden ramparts. Worked really well. I was wondering that, Tamsin, why a laptop rather than a whatchamacallit? Because I would have thought a desktop would have been better. You know what I mean? But I didn't ask him when we were having dinner. I forgot. Yeah, definitely gonna have to mix up some more. A group? There's a group? Yeah, link is in the description, buddy. More palm trees? Are you mad? Well, you see, I kind of made a mistake. I hadn't actually intended to do more palm trees, but I was looking around for the different types of plastic palm trees you could buy, and to keep it simple, I was on Amazon, and I added them all to my Amazon wish list. Yeah, and someone had gone along, watched a video, decided I'll treat Mel to something he needs, gone and had a look at my wish list and spotted palm trees. And so lo and behold, guess what turned up in the post? So since I've got them, now to be truthful, I mean I really should go back into Amazon and remove the other palm trees before you lot go and like make my life hell. But it's rare anyone hits the wish list, so I'm feeling rather safe. Although I've mentioned it now, so I'm not feeling safe anymore. It'll be fine. Right. More paint. Let's get a decent amount down. Right, get that. Duh. I haven't. Your laundry? Lap for those times when you gotta go shows. It allows you to edit on the go, Mal. Hope you get in time. Cheers, Chris. I hope. Where's that total? When did that come up? Oh, so the total's back there. Really enjoying it at the moment. Hope you get it done in time for the open day. I hope I get it done in time for the open day as well, mate, to be perfectly honest. Yeah. But we'll only know. I've got a week to get it painted, washed and snowed. It should be doable. You know what I mean? it shouldn't be that much of a problem. There we go. Amazon UK sells our model palm trees. You wouldn't do that to me. Yes, you would. Be afraid, man. On the plus side, yeah, if you do, Burma Build will look great with all the palm trees. Also, Corbyn will earn a load of money doing his doing his homework. Well, not his homework, but I'm sure I can find him a job to do. Mostly just painting minis these days. 20 to 30 a week now. That's doing all right, mate. Oh, that's a good point, Ant, about the laptop, about the desktop. Would generate a lot of heat. Right, how are we doing? About a quarter of an hour in. We've got 6 questions. I'll do a couple more palm trees and then we'll get stuck into the questions. Just while I carry on with my dry brushing. Because I've got to get my palm trees done. How long have you been in this hobby? Ah, that's a difficult one to answer. I've been a wargamer and making wargames terrain since I was 15. Yeah, but I got into making terrain a lot younger because my mum ran a craft shop and I used to make stuff for my toy soldiers. But it's... Oh, thank you, Odin. Nice one, buddy. So yeah, that's when I got into it as a kid. I've been working on a big style cathedral building with sector imperialised stuff today. Again, not as much done as I'd planned to. Always something missing. I found that, you know what I mean? I always struggle with trying to get as much done as I plan to. You know, I know this sounds a bit iffy. Yeah, but it's just, I think for me, I just have bigger hopes on what's achievable. You know what I mean? I think that's why I screw up with costing my commissions so often. Yeah, the fact that I think I can do it a lot quicker than I actually can when it comes down to it. I'm getting better, okay, and I'm getting sloppier. And that's the key for one of the key things, not to be too picky on things and to accept that if you make a mistake, don't try and fix it or worry about it then. Fix it at the next stage, if you know what I mean. Just checked and I didn't get a notification that video was up on Patreon. Good old Patreon. They're taking lessons from YouTube now, are they? Right. 3 hours later. That's probably Deep State tells me. Making his kids stop. Now I've got back into it thanks to your vids. Nice one, because Dr. Spookalot. Cool name. I bet you're great at Halloween, aren't you, matey? So yeah, I think that's one of my problems with the commissions and all that sort of stuff. The fact that, you know, I'm crap at estimating how long things will take. Now, we should have a bit of a special because I've got an in-house moderator, yeah, for for this one, for this show. When she's done her work. Get in there. He has folks from all over the world joining in, along with his locals. Well, we're quite a wide-ranging group of people, us terrainiacs. Our gang's quite a big one, to be perfectly honest. I was talking with Kez about how to do the live shows once we've got the studio thing sorted. Yeah, so I can do one for the Australians, one for the Europeans, and one for the Americans. And I don't mean to exclude anyone else in there, but I just figure if I can do those, pretty much everyone else will be able to fit into one of those. Yeah, I think Thursdays could become quite a long day for me coming up. Quite a long day. We were sort of saying, would we have to... I'd have to get up at something like 2 o'clock in the morning to do the American show, I think it was. Are we palm treeing this evening? We are, Rudy, we are. Winter's come earlier this year. It's coming early in my studio, mate. That's for sure. Alright, then this weird palm tree, look at that one. It's well spiky. Oh, don't think that's supposed to go like that. Hey, Pause Dog. You alright, mate? Yeah, and then all these little ones now. And then that colour's done. I reckon 2 more highlights should be enough for it. Literally nearly 11 PM and I'm watching palm trees. Yep. No. Do I have any microbiologists watching the stream? Yeah? How much would it cost to clone Mel?
I could do that.
Kez has just shouted up, I could do that. And she could. She has the skill set to clone me.
I haven't got the equipment or the resources, but I could do it.
Right, so how much would we need to raise?
You need just a lab and...
You've seen Austin Powers, haven't you? What are you laughing at?
Nothing. Do you really think I'd want another one of you?
Really?
How about no way? One's not.
That's upset me, that has.
Has it really?
Yeah, greatly. Oh. Right, I'll check the PayPal. I don't even know where my phone is. I think it's in the other room. Nope, don't know where my phone is. Paint bits on there. Ah, there's the phone. That's alright. $100? What's that? Isn't cloning illegal? Yeah.
Well, unless you're in China.
Unless you're in China. Right, your channel's really helped me expand my tabletop games. My players think I figured out how to do all this cool stuff with the terrain. Nice one, buddy. Make sure it gets you some beers. Don't know how these are going to turn out, but we'll give them a go. I don't even know if I'm doing them the right way round. Probably not, actually. These look like they need to be thicker at the bottom. They're a different type of palm, so it's confusing me. I'm easily confused, aren't I? Oh, LED. Thanks for all your help, Mel. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Right. Onwards and upwards. Which way do you think? Yeah, it's got to be that way. We could make a new and improved Mel. We have the technology to rebuild him. Right, I'm seeing quite a few questions coming in. Right, let's get on to some questions while I do this dry brushing. No, that's... I I don't even know which way they're supposed to go round, for God's sake. Make him faster. Make him stronger. Could you make me less tired in the morning? That'd do. Right. One quick one. Make sure we're not missing anyone. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Would appear not. I don't think so. Yeah, we're all good. Hurry up. Yeah, and Mark. Yeah, we're good. Right. Apple are releasing Steve Jobs 2, 20% lighter, 30% thinner. What are they doing? Digging him up? Right, questions. So, let's get on to the questions. Put that there. And scroll down. Okay, right now I've got 9 questions to start chewing through. Yeah, Gary is asking how the Tatooine terrain coming on. It isn't, to be perfectly honest. I haven't done anything on it. That's because I was holding off while I was trying to get in touch with Fantasy Flight. That being said, I've just decided, well, I'm not going to do Star Wars terrain. I'm just going to do generic sci-fi terrain. Yeah, and if me and Corb happen to use it for Legion at home, then so be it. Yeah. I've tried my best to reach out and sort of see if I could get it official, because it'd make it easier and that sort of stuff. But I'm still going to do it. So it is on its way. Yeah. In fact, I'll be starting a sci-fi, project when? Not this week, coming next week actually. Quite a large one. It'll be another 2x2. So, sci-fi, starts coming then, guys. Obviously not Legion. Got nothing to do with Legion at all. Nothing. Right. Next question. Right. Gallic. I want to make a tabletop old stone dungeon model, but I don't know how to start. I want to make it look realistic as possible. What would you recommend? Techniques, materials should I use? Right. If you're going for the old stone dungeon stuff, then you're essentially, yeah, you've got 2 choices. You can either go with, say, the foam, yeah, the HD foam, and engrave all your dungeon tiles and your walls and that sort of stuff. Fire Dragon Games, they do he does embossed HD foam with walls and floors in it already, or definitely walls, not sure about floors. Yeah, you can get HD stamps from the people at Green Stuff World and a few other places, so that's a way you could go with the foam. The other option is that you literally build it out of bricks, and those bricks come from the old Hearst Arts molds. Now Hearst Arts make a wide range of molds, but they have a field stone mold. Yeah, and that's used for literally bricks and dungeons and stuff like that. And you cast them out of casting powder, and then you build them up in whatever way you want. And they're really good for things like Hero Quest and various dungeon games, because they either work on inch squares or 1.5 squares. So those are your 2 options. You either go for the HD foam and engrave it, or the Hearst Arts dungeons. Yeah, and cast it. Anything from the terrainiacs? No. They're talking tea. Of course they are. Why would they? Why wouldn't they be talking tea? Still don't know which way round is up on these. I'll figure it. Right, so nothing from the terrainiacs on that one, but Galax smiled, so I think he's happy. Right, let's move on a bit then. Very quickly. I really should be dry brushing these in the day when I can see them properly. Oh, right, 15 questions in. Damn, right, better get rolling. Gerard, hi Mal, I wanted to say thank you so much for what you do. I've been making my own trees from your wire tree tutorial and started making my own clump foliage. You're a pleasure to watch and learn from. Well, thank you, Gerard, and that was an easy question. Cheers, buddy. Right, next one. Neon is asking, how do you keep your fine brushes to a point over time instead of fraying later on? Is it here? Let me just check if it's here and I'll show you exactly, mate. Where's my brush soap? It's going to be at the studio, isn't it? Yeah, it'll be at the studio. No, there it is. This is what I use. A bit dusty on the lid. You don't actually use it that often, but I use this stuff. Yeah, which is Master's Brush Cleaner. Okay, and basically, where it's rattling, it's a soap. Okay, and all you do is after you've been it's a brush cleaner and bristle conditioner, and after you've done, like, you know, a heavy sort of work with your brush, you basically just use this as a soap. Just basically, you know, brush in, swill it round, get some lather on it, work it in your hand. It'll take all the paint out and it'll keep your tip really fine. Yeah, so that's my tip. Master's Brush Cleaner. Normally cost anywhere between £3.50 and £5. But one of these will last you for years. No doubt, loads of people will, you know what I mean, jump in and say what they think of it. Brush soap, yeah. Masters. Best painting product ever? Yeah, I'm with that. Right, let's mix up a lighter grey now. Oh, bugger. I've used my dry brushing brush to mix my colour up with. Didn't mean to do that. Which means I can't use this brush for my actual dry brushing now because I've had to wet it to clean it off. Damn. I have to get a different dry brush. Yeah. I've only seen the liquid and it sucks. Oh no, Get yourself a tub, duck. Brilliant stuff. Absolutely brilliant stuff. How wet is that? Could I use that? Masters improves the taste of the paint as well. Dan's just had to order a new pot after 10 years. Right, so hope that helps you, Neon. But yeah, Master's Brush Soap, mate, that's the way to go. Tim's asking, you said you were using a company's system for the castle. Who is it? No, I didn't. No. I said I was dealing with a company over the castle. Yeah? They're called English Heritage. And that's all I'm saying on that project at this point. I'm not saying any more on that. So let's move on. Let's clarify that point up. The castle will not be a plastic castle or a kit. Yeah, when I do my castle project, I'm building it out of foam. Right, Joanne's asking, hey Mel, I tried to do your rock mould out of tin foil, but I had no plaster, only wall compound spackle. I mixed a big blob with equal amounts of pure H2O. Oh, will it work? No. Yeah. Because After I poured it in the mixture, the mould, it struck me that it may have been some dish soap or make it flow deeper in the cavities. What do you think? I think casting powder, spackle isn't designed to have strength at depth, mate. So I think, especially with you mixing in the extra water, it's going to take a long time to dry, and I think the remaining result is probably going to be quite brittle. Yeah. That being said, if you're gentle, you should be okay. If you're gentle. To be perfectly honest, I'd be a little bit concerned. Personally, I wouldn't use that. Let us know how you get on. I'm quite curious. Everything's sort of telling me that's not going to work, but it could be one of these things that you turn around and go, worked a treat, mate. I'll have to terrain lab it. But my thought, Joanne, is, darn it, it was worth a try. Thanks for your help, Mel. Let us know, Joanne, how you get on, dude. Yeah, gut feeling, don't feel too good about it, but you never know with these things until you do them. So do let us know next week. Right, question 7 of 16. Harkin, any advice for making small scale terrain for, say, 6 to 10 millimeters? Get a magnifying glass? It's one of those questions that it's a bit broad, to be perfectly honest. I can't. Not just as a simple open question. It's too broad of a question to even have a go at. So tell you what, I need to do some dry brushing. We're about halfway through the question so far. I'm going to throw this one out to the terrainiacs. Yeah? Okay? What's your advice for making 6 to 10 mil terrain? What are your top tips, guys? And this is where I go quiet a little bit while I have a little bit of my sup. Yeah, get ready to do some more of my palm trees. And open the secret door where I happen to have wine gums. Right, so I'm waiting for you lot to chip in. If you don't chip in, don't give up and move to 28 mil from Rudy. Nice, Rudy. Build 28 mil and use it shrink ray from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. You folks are no help at all. I know. Anthony's saying his best tip for 6 to 10 mil terrain is to get into large scale, say 28 millimeter. Evan said build 28 millimeter and just move it further away. You are a bunch of... You really are. Doug's saying you can use filler. It can be cast, as it works more like plaster. You may be in luck, Joanne. You may be in luck, mate. Right. Make it solid geometric shapes for smaller solid geometric shapes attached. That makes sense. Some 10 by 10 mil trim used as supports, then plasticard wall roofs. I use clear thin blisters for glass and small pieces of thin plasticard for trim and tiles. Yeah. Chipping videos, yeah. Kaz, can you do me a favour?
Yeah.
Can you tell Corbin to stop playing his piano, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just let me fasten my trousers before I come back.
Yeah, I'd do that, Kaz.
Yeah. Right, Corbin! We have neighbours. That's enough at this time of night, though. Right, Willow. It's your bedtime.
Well, it's the kiddies' bedtimes, which expect a bit of a crash through, guys.
None of you have had a bath, have you? Oh my god. Right, Willow.
Right, okay, so they haven't had a bath. Yeah, so immediately bedtime routine has been thrown out the window. I heard that. Right. Now, what scales downs and gauge work at? Maybe your answer? I'm rubbish with the railway scales. I need to spend some time. Okay, so moving on to some questions then, because I think we'll keep away from the 6mm stuff with you lot at the minute. You're in that sort of mood, aren't you? Right, quick one, Mel. How would you make a terrain piece for bolt action where you could put a German Hetzer in so it's covered with straw and wheat? And busy style. Right, Wolf of Odin. What I'd probably do is I'd make a straw bunker. So follow the same sort of rules for like we did with the log bunkers. So cut your basic polystyrene out to fit your your Hetzer in. Okay, and then have a roof on it, and then simply paint it up with a nice sort of a nice drab yellow, a mustard yellow. Okay, and then coat it with a glue, and then put lots of trimmings of coconut fibre over it for the straw, and then it'll look like a haystack, but it'll have the functionality of being able to put a Hetzer in. Yeah? So I think that's how I'd handle that one, mate. If you want an example, go and have a look at the log bunker in the Let's Make playlist. That's the Let's Make playlist. Have a look at the log bunker and just imagine that with the inside being Hetzer shaped, and then to cover it with straw in the same playlist, go and have a look at the haystacks tutorial. Yeah, and you'll see how I've done the covering with the coconut fibre and the yellow colour and all that sort of stuff. And if you combine those tutorials into one super tutorial, yeah, of your own making, you will have your Hetzer straw bunkers. I like that. Oh, that was the perfect mom sigh. It was, wasn't it? Oh, God. It's family life, isn't it, guys? We all go through it. Right. Max is asking what's the best way to make icicles. I'm not going to answer that because I've got a tutorial coming out on it next week. Yeah, and if I answer it, it spoils the tutorial. So I'm not answering that, Max, but your answer will be on the channel as a tutorial format on High Peak Pass. So keep an eye out for that one, buddy. Oh, Gazby, what do you want for Christmas? Palm trees? No, don't. I don't know. I'm really weird when it comes to Christmases. We have got more into Blood Bowl now. Jay's got me Blood Bowl last Christmas. Yeah, and I still owe him a Blood Bowl pitch, to be truthful, so I'm going to have to get onto that at some point. Burma build? Yes, this is part of the Burma build. So yeah, with regards to Max's icicles, they'll be I'll be answering that next week, mate. If I use a heat gun on polystyrene that is on an EPVC, mate, will it melt straight through? Go easy, Evan. Go easy. Do it in lots of little bits. Betrayer's asking, been playing with some old Necromunda bulkheads and plastic art. Love those. Yeah, have you ever done any Necromunda wasteland scrap looking stuff? No, it is some stuff that's got to come up, because I'm really interested in Kill Team and Necromunda and Shadow Wars. It's my only way of getting into 40k again. I can't get into the larger game system. Jace got you the huge chocolate last Christmas. Was Blood Bowl the year before then? Mel wants another giant Toblerone. No, Mel does not want another giant Toblerone. Kaz, how long did it take me to get through that Toblerone?
Months, absolutely months. And your teeth are knackered.
Yeah, it screwed my teeth.
But you enjoyed it?
I did.
You just can't take it.
Now, if there's a giant After Eights box, if we're talking, what do you want for Christmas? Palm trays. So no, to answer what you call it, answer Betrayer's question, no, I haven't yet, mate. There's so much terrain and so little time. Now, I am starting a sci-fi build, a 2x2 sort of display board. Yeah, next week. When I mean next week, in a week's time. So, yeah. Now that's going to be a sci-fi industrial lava world. Yeah, it'll be one of my 2x2 projects because I'm quite enjoying those at the minute. They're really good ways of showing off lots of techniques with you without them being too much work. Yeah. So that is in the course. I'm calling my sci-fi world Scar. But yeah, so there'll be a bit of futuristic sci-fi there. So you want a giant box of 9s? Oh, 9 comes after 8. Oh, come on, Ant. Really, dude? Do you know what time it is? These are maybe a little bit lighter than I was expecting. They'll be alright, they'll be fine. You keep saying. I'm slightly running out of my lighter paint as well. I can mix more. We're fine. Chill. Everything's fine. Mel, you can get an 800-gram catering pack of After 8 mints on Amazon. 800 grams isn't a kilo. I mean, what was the Toblerone bar? Was that something like 3 kilos?
Oh, easily.
800 grams? I'd do that in a night tam. Right. Between us. They're my After 8s.
Ours, what's yours is mine, baby.
Calm down. Calm down, that goes both ways.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't teach anything you like.
It applies to everything.
Is that right?
And catch you later, Dave. Right, next question. This is question 11 of 16. Gazby, what's your favourite table size to work on? Ooh, I can have a little natter about this one. I will be honest, yeah, I have been enjoying doing these 2x2s, or doing this 2x2, yeah, and I think the reason being is just the simple fact that I can do quite high techniques without it being too laborious of a job, if you know what I mean. But I do like a nice looking 6x4. You know, a proper full-on table. The problem is to do them in a really good standard, yeah, or something that's worth sort of shouting about and showing off. It's a hell of a lot of work. You know what I mean? A lot of work. So yeah, I'm enjoying the 2x2s, but 6x4 is my preferred. I'm an old school gamer, you know what I mean? And so 6x4 is my stomping ground. if that makes any sense. Right, done all those. Yeah, need to mix up some more.
You can sit here all you want me to.
The dog's trying to get in on something.
The tea that I left on the side is literally sitting under them.
Of course he is.
He's like a hobbit today. He's had breakfast, second breakfast, dinner, tea. Is there a reason this paintbrush is missing?
Ask your daughter. It isn't me. Needs to go a little bit lighter, I think. A little bit lighter. Yeah. There we go. Right, did it. Sorry about that. How about this? Amazon After 8. Mince carton. 300 grams. Pack of 18. God, yes. Hey, Tyus. Thanks for the book, buddy. It turned up. It's a hell of a read. Thank you for that, buddy. That was quite a nice turn up for the Amazon wish list as well. Oh, can I have one of them? Can I have a brew to go with it?
Are you kidding?
Thank you.
I am working, you know.
So am I.
Yeah, well, so am I.
Does your name only pop up if you use Streamlabs link and not PayPal directly? Yeah, Rudy. If you go for the PayPal directly, it's not tied in. Really interesting book, to be perfectly honest, mate. I'm only into like I'm into the second chapter. Yeah, so I'm just learning about light. I'm doing it in little bits. But it is full of practical information. Yeah, it's just there, darling. Thank you, my lover.
Oz, lie down.
How close are you getting back to the studio, Mal? I don't know. I'm going to have a word with Jace. Because he keeps changing things on me. Right, that's the bit that sticks in the ground, so let's lighten this bit. Oh, you have to type his name 3 times in block capitals, don't you? Hey, what? What have I done? I didn't have an adjustment. Jace had an adjustment. Yeah, I tell you, I completely agree, mate. Really good book. Really good book. That's good. Let's fly through these really quickly, because I'll have a brew coming. You don't want to miss a brew, do you? And then it should only just be a couple of touches up. And then we can put the fur on them. And we can do the last of our questions. Sam, we'll get an electric shock thing for his chair. What? Hey, what? You're not doing an electric shock thing on my chair? It's bad enough I have to do the gopher dance when we hit 3 figures. But electric shocks? You'll also notice that my comment monkey over on this side, yeah, she was going to be in just after she did her work. That's how long her work's taking. Oh, here we go. Show will be finished before she's in.
Oh, shut your face and do your own job.
I am doing my own job. I thought you were helping me.
Well, I've got to finish my own first.
Did you leave it to the last minute?
Oh, shut your face.
You're getting very aggressive there, darling.
Because I won't get it done. I've got to make you approve.
We have been asked for you to check PayPal, please. Oh, right, okay. I've got 3 more trees to do, so just let me do these. And then, yes, I will jump on PayPal and I will check it.
Sort the kids out. Have a pee. Make your brew. Do your homework. Yeah, I'll be there in a minute.
You wouldn't think we were live on YouTube, would you? Anything else you want to tell YouTube while we're at it?
When I think of something, I will. I am absolutely busted.
Serves you right. Thank you, baby.
Set the kids on.
Don't do that. I didn't deserve that. Yeah, that probably went onto YouTube as well. But as we always say, it's just real life, innit, folks? Right, last bit of paint on this one, then I'll check the PayPal and I'm going to have a bit of a tart. She's got to come down from the... Notice I only said that when she was upstairs. I have no idea if these are going to come out alright or if they're going to look decent or anything. But sod it. I don't care right now. Right. We put my paint there. Put my tart there. Because that's important. Check my phone. PayPal. This is where I have to work out what's come through Streamlabs and... Right, so there's Harry's, there's Gaz's. Rudy, couple of nuggets from Rudy. What's the message? Can I get clump for Xmas? Email me, Rudy. I'm sure we can sort it out eventually. But thank you, dude. Right, I'm going to have a bit of my tart. And then... Check the questions. How are we doing on questions? We've got about half an hour left on this show. 17 questions, and we're on question 12. Oh, a bit more of my tart. Oh, tart's broken. A bit of a brew, and then we'll crack on. What's happening about t-shirts? I should sort those out. Right, next question. Doug Scale Models. Will we get you to see any? Will we get to see you play any games on the Burma map? I imagine there'll be photos of me playing games. Jace has got a Japanese army, I think. I know Jace has got a bolt action army. I'm sure of it. Yeah. I think more than likely I'll probably do one sort of let's play game on it. Yeah, when it's at a reasonable stage. I might do more in the future when I add more functionality to it and larger sets. But once I get the sets I want to get done on it, then I think I'll do one sort of let's play. I don't know if I'd even let's play or whether... You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see Alessio play Rick on it. That'd be an interesting game. But yeah, you will get to see it, but it's not... Oh, yeah, damn. That's a hell of a headline, darling. Yeah, Jason's got a Japanese army, so he's easily up for the whatchamacallit for it. Kat, did you see the video on how to make school pizzas? No, I don't. But Kat, when you do, can you tag me in that, please? Do you have any historical fantasy army? I've got me Chindits. No, when you see it moving, when will we see you move into 6? Especially now with the release of Adeptus Titanicus. I really, to be truthful, I need a corporate sponsor. Yeah, if I'm really honest. When I do sort of other terrain and that sort of stuff, it's always handy if I've got, you know, a company I can work with for models, I can get a bit of exposure from.
With a scrubbing brush, I will. I'll tell him, Dad.
Was that him, was it?
Yeah. Oh, she's done. No Corbin to make sure he actually has a wash.
Yeah. Howie's still got a girlfriend.
I know.
And he's had a girlfriend for about 2 years. Which is about the same sort of distance as time since he's had a decent wash. So yeah, you will see games on the Burma terrain, I think. Yeah. What games do you play? Or is it just World War II stuff? Thinking of getting into Age of Sigmar stuff? I've been looking at various different things. Yeah, I've just started, Teenage Boys, eh? Yeah, that's them. Unhygienic buggers. Filth. But yeah, I've been looking at a few different systems and that sort of stuff. Like, we've been playing a lot of Blood Bowl. I want to get into some sort of Dungeons and Dragons with the kids. We used to do Dungeon Saga and Hero Quest a long time ago, and I used to enjoy those with them. And we sort of let that pass because Dungeon Saga, they sort of grew out of it, if you know what I mean. And so, but I'm not me personally, I'm not really into Dungeons and Dragons. To be truthful, I've only ever played it once, and that was just like a little test campaign. And I mean, when I say I played it once, I played it one session. Yeah. My adventuring party consisted of just me. So I haven't had the best of introductions to Dungeons and Dragons, to be truthful. If I'm honest. Which is why I'm not really great getting into. Oh, cats. Yeah, oh yeah, I promised to do some, I've got to do some Halloween terrain, haven't I? The bloody hell am I going to do for Halloween terrain? Come on, Kat, give me some ideas, darling. They're actually coming together quite nice. I'll need to up the highlight a bit. Yeah, Kat does need to get into moulding. Right, let's roll on to another question. Question 13. Evan's asking, hey Mal, have you ever used Sculptor Mould? Well, Sculptor Mould is just paper clay. I just bought some for a building up rubble, but wondering if you have any tips before I make a right mess. Also, I've seen you use both Crystal and Herculite 2 powders. Which do you prefer? Right, with regards to the casting powders, because that's how I make my sort of Sculptor Mould. Yeah, I call it terrain gloop. Yeah, but with regards to the Crystal or Herculite, Crystal is harder but it has a much faster curing time. So you got more working time with Herculite too, but Crystal are, you can make your paper clay using that stuff. You can put it on before dinner, and by the time you come back from dinner, it's dry and it's hard, and you can carry on with your model. Okay, so that's the sort of difference between those two. I use all sorts. I've used everything from sawdust, grit, bits of polystyrene. You know the white bits off polystyrene? I've thrown that in. Oh, Jace! And see, folks, donating is as easy as this. Thank you, buddy. On the plus side, I am safe because you've only raised about 20 quid this show, so there ain't no way I'm dancing this show. I'm safe, which is lucky because I've got my pajamas on, and that's highly embarrassing. Right, big creaky gate with a TTT emblem. Wild West Town meets zombie apocalypse for Halloween. Broken iron fences with things stuck on them. Suspended cobweb battleground for Halloween. Oh, I do have whatchamacallit. We've got that green world stuff as well, haven't I? I'll have a play with that. Graveyards. Graveyards. We could do graveyards. Right, quick on this one, and then we'll carry on. What are you doing?
Hey.
You're cooking something.
I'm thinking mighty.
Oh, okay. Not cake then.
No, not
Right, next question. Question 14 of 17. Anton? How do you get your terrain mojo back when you've lost it? It can happen. It's happened to me probably over the terrain tutor, probably about 3 or 4 times in total. It used to happen to me when I was hobbying, and when I say hobbying, I mean when I was doing my Imperial Guard blog, Corbania Prime. Yeah. And what I used to do is I'd have an ancillary hobby that was along the line. Are you decent?
Yeah.
I'm good, girl. Yeah, I'd have an ancillary sort of hobby that sort of went along the same lines as my sort of wargaming hobby. So it was supporting but not the same. So in the case of when I was doing my Imperial Guard blog, and I was painting my Imperial Guard, I was also writing another blog called Going on Campaign, which was campaign rules. Yeah, and so whenever I got burnt out of painting, I used to write campaign rules because it was writing, it was sitting, I wasn't sitting painting. I was still wargaming in one way or another, you know what I mean? Still thinking about it, but just in a different way. And I'd get to the stage where, you know, right, I've had enough of, you know, writing, and I'm feeling the terrain mojo, I want to get back to it, and I'd jump back to it. Now with the terrain tutor stuff, what I've actually found is when I don't feel like, because I mean, Willow, Dad's going to talk about health and stuff like that, okay? Just so you know. When I don't feel up, you know, and I am feeling a bit down and that sort of stuff, and I lose my terrain mojo, I don't like to sort of hibernate. So I also don't like to waste my time, because you guys, I work for you guys, yeah? And so what I tend to do is when I've lost my terrain mojo and I'm feeling down, oh, Evan, thank you. Thanks for another great show. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, dude. It's hard to feel down when people are doing things like that. Yeah. But when I do feel down, what I'll do is I'll switch my time over and I'll spend my time learning video editing, or learning not something about terrain techniques, maybe about art and colour and that sort of stuff, but normally it's more the technical stuff. And the reason being is because when I'm feeling a bit down, yeah, I can have days where, you know, I spend them in my pyjamas, you know, I don't shave, you know, I look a bit gruff. Dad looks a bit like a Yeti at times, doesn't he, when he's hibernating? Yeah. And I'll watch it, and I'll just sit at my computer and I'll learn new things and that sort of stuff. So we went through a bout of that over Christmas. And I know I fessed up to you guys on the channel about it. Yeah, but if you'll also notice, around about the same time, we had a massive jump in the quality of my videos and my audio, because, you know, when I lost my terrain mojo, I switched, yeah, to upping my game. So my recommendation is, if you've lost your mojo on something, look for something that is different but beneficial. So you're still hobbying, you're still enjoying your hobby. You know, you're still contributing to it, but in a different way. And what you find is it does come back, guys. You know, it just wanders back at some point, and then you just crack on.
Right, miss. Really? What? You have Dad's jam bottoms, what? My jam top. You're tie holding together.
Your tie is holding my trousers up on you.
Willow. What? I couldn't find any. And why do you have a blue nose? I'm blue.
Oh no.
Right, come on, upstairs now, bedtime. You're well past your bed.
Willow, how have you gotten out the bath dirtier than when you got in?
I have no clue.
Go wash your nose. Come give me a kiss. It's bedtime now. Love you, darling. Good night. God bless.
Okay.
Oh, God, my life. Hey ho. How much winter terrain do you have planned, Mel? At the minute, all I've got is this snowy pass piece. Yeah, it'll give me a chance to do some icicles, some snow, some deep snow, a different type of deep snow. Some slushy ground sort of stuff. So yeah, that's all I need for right now. Then I think I love you too. I've done some nice snow pieces.
Come on now.
Which reminds me, I've got to get a bit switched on moving forward. Calm down. Yeah. Because I'm reaching the stage in the High Peak Pass build where I'm going to be doing not just the vlog but also independent tutorials, and they've got to start filming on Monday. So I've got to organise the record. They're going to be a pain to record.
I'm sitting here and munching.
You're going to sit there eating crisps. Okay, next one. Right, next question. So Anton, hope that helps with your question, dude. Right, okay. Next one is from Ant. What's the difference between casting powder, dental plaster, and plaster of Paris? Right, all three are casting powders. Well, actually, right.
Dental isn't that alginate?
Wait, no, that alginate is what you call the moulding compound, not the casting compound. Yeah? Right, mute it. Right, all your powders, your Herculites, your dental plaster, your plaster of Paris, your Cristacal, your Merlin's Magic, they're all casting powders, okay? Dental plaster is a specific sort of casting powder that's used in the dental industry for making dental molds. It's quite a hard, quick cure one, so it's why it comes up a lot in our game, because it's a quick cure one. You can demold it quickly, which means you can your sort of speed of using a mold is a lot quicker. It means you can mold more pieces in a hobby session. Yeah. It's also quite strong, so that's obviously why, you know, we like it. Plaster of Paris is the weakest of all the casting powders you get around. Generally, I think it's about £60 per square inch in tensile, in compressive strength. I think that's the word. I need a physicist for that. If there's a physicist, what's the one for crushing? For that strength? Yeah, but anyway, it takes £60 per square inch to crush it.
Isn't that tensile?
No, tensile is snapping, isn't it?
I don't know.
I'm sure it is. Yeah. But I use a one called Cristacal, okay? And Cristacal, it takes £1,200 per square inch to plaster of Paris is 60. Yeah, and when you use Cristacal, you need pliers to snap it. Okay, but that's the basic, that's what they are. They're all casting powders. Dental plaster is a very specific casting powder, yeah, for the dental industry. Plaster of Paris is a very low grade, it's a hobby one, to be perfectly honest. I recommend Cristacal.
It says, is there a tutorial on making a mould?
Yeah, there's a tutorial on making a rock mould, but I haven't done silicon moulds yet. I haven't really done much mould making beyond a little bit of hobby stuff. And so I only do tutorials on things that, you know, I know inside out. Yeah, so I can be sure I'm sharing the right information with you. And I simply haven't done enough, I just haven't done enough silicon moulding to feel confident in doing a tutorial on it.
And it says compression.
It is compressive strength, is it? So yeah, plaster of Paris has a compressive strength of about £60 per square inch. Crystal has a compressive strength of £1,200 per square inch. Quite impressive, eh? Right.
Jason's just saying there's tutorials on YouTube and you've done one on rock mould.
Yeah, do the top there. Right, okay.
Hello everybody, by the way. I am here. I'm just not typing, I'm just talking. I'm just going to read the questions out for Mal.
There you are. Kerry is my sidekick now.
Only for time, so I'm doing it every time.
Oh, you said you would?
No, I didn't. I have my own stuff to do.
What, like watching TV?
Yeah.
You like watching? Yeah. I just like watching. You are watching TV.
Well,
with...
that's what Mal does. Oh, it's just Jace. He's explaining to somebody.
Yeah, that's what Jace does. He's really good at that.
Oh no, he isn't. He's saying, like what you do, want to help you keep you doing it. He's a darling, he isn't he?
He is.
I love Jace.
Calm down.
Don't tell his wife. No, I love her too.
There's a lot of love going around the terrainiac community at the minute. Right, okay. D'Antonis, Anton, and D'Antonis, Anthony. Which would be the best way to put real water into a diorama? Right, if you want to put... Right, if you're... No, what you call it? I'm looking at the submitted Google questions doc.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, if you want... I'm assuming that you're talking about real water. Yeah? If you are talking about real water, then you're going to have to use some sort of waterproof varnish like a polyurethane. You know what I mean? Yeah? You can get it from the hardware store and you'd have to coat wherever you were putting the water with that. Hello, dude.
You're going to have to have juice, I haven't got loads of milk. Okay.
So yeah, that's the only way I can think of actually putting real water into a diorama. That's the only varnish I'd trust with water.
Yeah, they're just saying, I'm not your psychic, I'm your boss. I am Cat, good on you, matey.
Oh God,
and
what
Jace, I'm not even gonna go there. Kez is a tit, he says.
Oh, here we go. Apologies for the stream, folks. This is what happens when my moderators and my wife gets together.
Don't you mean the mastermind? It's alright, I'll say it.
Oh, here we go. Oh God, here we go.
Making a diorama with a real waterfall.
Yeah, okay. Well, in which case, mate. Yeah. A polyurethane varnish then.
Can you just buy one?
Train intermediate tutor? No, it stands for terrainiac in training.
I am not a terrainiac in training. I probably know as much as you do after watching you for like, what, 20, how many years is it now?
No, you don't know. You would like to say you know as much as me. In fact, at times you like to think you know more about me than terrain making based on how you approach it. But darling, you do not
want to have this conversation on YouTube?
You do not know more about terrain. I've been doing it full time for 5 years.
Right, but you don't listen to me, yeah? But when people who are professionals at it tell you the exact same thing, you go and do it. So,
If anyone would like to make a donation, it'd be really appreciated. I just need the taxi fund out of here. Okay, question 17 of 20. Right, let me get a bit of brush on my paint and I'll tackle this while they lot carry on. Right, Dion Turners, thanks. No worries, mate. Hope the answer helps you.
now,
but that's the way I go. Yes, darling.
Cal Baltic Knots has put, do we really have 484 hours to go on the studio streaming setup?
No, what do you call it? I think that's minus 480. That's how long it's been since we hit the end of the target.
Ah. Okay.
I need to switch that off.
Anthony. I can't read that out, I'm sorry.
You're not funny. None of you are
Yeah, they really are.
No, they're not.
Oh, God.
I remind you, there could be children watching, guys.
That's why I'm not saying it.
I can read the bloody comments.
You never know. Then again, after listening to Corbin playing that game with you earlier, how many times did I have to tell him to watch his language?
Yeah, but I mean, he was having really crap throws. The look of Corbin when he realised, yeah, that my catcher, my linesman, with 3 people assisting him, was what you call it, was twice the strength of his his orc. Oh, it was beautiful.
Evan says there needs to be a terrain off here. Both of you make a hill and we'll blind judge them. Well, mine's going to be better.
Of course it is, darling. Of course it is. You know, it's only in private when she loves me, and she really loves me, that she'll admit that I'm any good at anything. Yeah, other than that, yeah, she's better at absolutely everything.
No, I've told you, baby, you are brilliant. I've told you a million times, and I've told you...
Okay, now watch this. But who's better? See, she can't admit it. She cannot admit that I'm better at making terrain than her.
You are.
What?
You are better.
Oh shit, we got that recorded.
Only the stuff that I don't know about.
Only the stuff which is making terrain.
To do. And what you're trying to do with scissors with it. It's open.
Oh
You've
god,
tried,
what?
you don't need to take the top off.
What's he doing now? This is going chaotic. Yeah. Alright. Right, David's asking, hello, rebuilding an entire table with the Sally4th Terraformers 6x9? Okay, I don't think I've seen those, or if I have, I'm not sure what the product is. Use some old polystyrene tiles to save money. They are 5mm short, so use foam board, which works well. Will I be able to grit straight onto the foam board, or should I use a filler water mix first? You can grit straight onto the foam board, okay, and onto the foam. Yeah, but my recommendation is go for the filler and water, not the willer. Willer and faller. Yeah, the filler and water mix first. One of the things that will do is it'll help stiffen it up and prevent warping when you do apply the PVA and grit mode. Yeah, so go for the filler first.
He takes after you.
What's he done?
Do you see what he was trying to get a fruit sheet lid off with?
What? Scissors. At least he's looking after his teeth.
Jay says that my badger terrain set was good. He saw it in person and it really was. Thank you, Jace. Mel did help me though, and sort of he didn't do it, but he sort of helped me. You did not do it. You did not do it because I wouldn't let you. You kept trying, but I wouldn't let you. So look at, go on, look me in the eyes and say you did it.
Okay, tell me. Yeah, did you touch a spray can during the build?
Did you let me touch a spray can? Literally, as I was getting to it, you'd already gone outside and done it.
Calm down.
Because you wanted to take over.
No.
Yeah.
No, because you came to me and went, I've got a day to make a badger set.
I still made it myself.
An entire build in one day. Yeah? The build materials were completely focused depending on drying time. There wasn't a drop of PVA on that thing.
But I did it, didn't I?
You
and
did.
If I can do it like that, then what could I do a fair proper time?
Oh, here we go. See, she can't admit it. Right, let's move on. Right.
Oh, wait till he's finished.
Right, I've closed the questions now. I've got 18 of 20. The demon. What do you suggest for a resin? Right.
Oh, can you donate a lot and I can slap him a lot?
Stop it, I'm trying to answer questions.
Me and Jace are just having a conversation, I'm sorry. Maybe I should die.
Maybe you should. What? Have you finished?
Yeah.
Have you calmed down now?
Tell Jace stop it then because he keeps making me laugh.
Do you know I have to send the kids upstairs when they get in this state on a live feed? Even the dog's looking at you with eyes like...
should reach the goal. 50p mate, how is going on?
Right. Anyway, to get back to the questions, you know, that you guys are waiting for, since my wife and my moderators have derailed the chat and the show.
I've got one of you, sorry.
Yeah, what do you suggest for a resin? Now, I'm assuming that you're talking for water effects. There are resins that you can use for... You can get acrylic resin and you can use it for, you know, casting terrain pieces. Okay, but I'm assuming that you're going for water effects. My recommendation is Easy Composite glass cast. Yeah, really good resin, hard wearing, cures well. It's quite forgiving with the mixing process and stuff like that. But they do a version which is a glass cast 50, and glass cast 50 can can be poured up to 50 millimeters deep in one pour, which is a real bonus in my book.
Can I ask you something off here? Somebody's just asked a question. Oh, okay, hang on.
Go on.
Oh. When I put the expanding foam down onto MDF wood, will I need to cover the wood, or will the foam damage the MDF or not stick to it?
The foam will stick to the MDF, mate. It won't damage it as such unless you want to take it off. Okay, my recommendation is always get greaseproof paper. Oh, Kez is happy slapping club. Oh God, that's Jace, isn't it? That's Jace. I know. If I check my phone, that will be Jace. So let me get this right. I've got a happy slap Kez now. You've paid for it. Okay, give me a second.
Try it. Go
Try.
on.
Oh, it's fine for you to threaten it.
Try it.
Yeah, but anyway, my recommendation when working with the expanded foam is get a kitchen greaseproof paper, cut it out and lay it down. Even if you have to tape it together to make one large sheet. Yeah, do your expanding foam on there and then transfer it across to your MDF. Yeah, it's always better to do it that way than to do it,
Plastic butcher, you're welcome. Sorry, I thought you'd finished. Cat, you want to be, don't you? You should be. Cat knows what I'm talking about. Oh God, my
Haven't
eyes
laughed
watering.
this hard in months. Thank you, Jason Cares. What about me? If you laugh that bloody hard. Alright, okay, so the demon. Yeah, I'd recommend glass cast, mate, to be perfectly honest. Right, question 19. Cat. Sorry you missed my comments. Do a graveyard and a crypt, sinister church, body parts coming out graves, broken iron fences, things, a broken gate with a TTT emblem on, gnarly trees with cobwebs and bats. We could do a couple of little elements and then combine them into one piece. What do you reckon?
Be the Halloween one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah, so I could do a few Let's Makes tutorials, then just combine them into a central piece.
It always gives me the idea of, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
With Jack's house as it goes up over the hill with the cemetery and
yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Right, question 20. Gaz B. Do you have a list or a spreadsheet of products and their best application for terrain? Also, maybe an extra column for non-UK alternatives. I don't have. There's two resources on this. Yeah. First off is in the Terrainiacs group. If you go to the Terrainiacs group and you read the group sort of description bio, at the bottom of there, yeah, there's a link to the materials post. And in the materials post are all the links to all my common materials. On top of that, all the other Terrainiacs have put links to their materials in. And then on top of that, I've encouraged people to put foreign names and that sort of stuff. So exactly what Gaz is asking for is available on the Terrainiacs group. In the group description, at the bottom, you'll find a link to the materials post. Now, at the same time, in the Back to Basics playlist on YouTube, yeah, you will find common terrain materials, a video on that. And in that video, I asked people from different countries to list their sort of alternative, their brands and what they call it in their country in the comments. So the same information is also available in on YouTube as well. So you've got on the Terrainiacs group for that information, and you've also got on the Back to Basics playlist. Right. And that was my question 20 of 20. Dunsky. Haha.
Can I just say something?
No.
The show needs to be renamed the Kez and Bald Minion Show. Right. Red Green. Is that real rats? Mel, this is Plastic Butcher. Mel, thank you for helping me through some very bad times.
Buddy, thank you for helping me through some very bad times.
Anthony Haywood King.
That's what us terrainiacs do. Awesome community, by the way. Absolutely awesome. Every single one of you is a star.
Dan is saying, do you still need a rack for your army paints?
I don't know. I
He
even
means
thought.
yes, but he feels bad asking. Cheers, Catherine.
Between you and what do you call it?
King Kez and Drag Queen Mal. I'm good with
Calm
that.
down. Right. I need to very quickly check PayPal in case there's anyone who's PayPal'd. Yeah, and I don't know. So this is where I'm going to find out it was you, Jace, with the happy slappy. Don't think I won't find out because it is. Oh, what a surprise! It's Jason Green. Who would have thought, Mister? What did he go? What name did he give it? Oh, he didn't give it a name. He's put it through Streamlabs, hasn't he? That's what he did. Yes. Don't think I don't know, Jason. Yeah. Evan Williams. I think we did Evan.
Oh, so let me go check my team.
Yeah, it's burnt.
It isn't burnt.
Yeah, Rudy. Yeah, Gareth B. Yeah, that's everyone. We've covered everyone. Right. I'm palm treed out for the time being.
It's just well cooked.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go back to full screen to sort of... Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. It's that one. That's the one we wanted.
Dave Max just said, just got back into military miniatures after 20 years and found your vids. Love it, and your live stream is even better.
Welcome
It's
aboard,
me,
Dave.
Isn't it, that makes
Oh,
it?
shut
Hey,
up.
it's me, isn't it? Jay says he's not hiding it.
Do things. Do things with your wife. You'll have a great time. They said.
You can have to come out on bat surveys over now, you know. Or badger surveys. You know, early hours.
I did my yomping across the moors in the midnight long time ago.
Next week's schedule, Kat is asking about.
Next week's schedule is definitely on Tuesday. You will have a vid. Yeah, I might do a live show Thursday because are you working Thursday night?
I'm not working as such. I'll put
Are
about 10.
you out with the Badger Conservation Trust or something like that?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, windy badger patrols.
Right, okay. So, I can't do it from the studio, but if Kez is out and I'm home, I might do a live stream. I'll let you know on Wednesday. So I'll schedule it on Wednesday if I'm definitely doing it. Kat, if you'd like me to send you a message on Facebook just to let you know, because I know you sometimes miss out on these things, I'll do that as well. But Tuesday's video is High Peak Pass for patrons. That's up on Patreon for you now. Next Tuesday's is more than likely going to be Burma build, but patrons will have that probably about Friday. Yeah. So.
And you'll have the video now, folks, if you sign up to Patreon, as Jay says.
Yes, you will, but...
Who's he talking to? I can't. I'm not going
The bagger buggers.
buggers.
Alright, Red Cream. Right. So, guys, listen, what a cracking show. Thanks for keeping me company. Hope all the information helped you guys. As always, glad you liked the show. If I've helped you, remember there's links in the description. You know, if you're not into giving things or joining Patreon, there's the Amazon wish list and there's palm trees on there, so you can always do those. And in the meantime, I'll see you on Tuesday and back for a live show. If not on Thursday, I'll see you Sunday. And in the meantime, it's goodbye from me and it's goodbye
Bye.
from her. Ta-da!